So I thought I would make a video series, kind of like a post-Portland reflection on small-town local corruption in the city of Portland, Oregon. And the time is right because the Portland stabbing, which these three guys had their throats slit, while a Muslim and a black Muslim girl were getting harassed on the Max train, has just put Portland in the spotlight. And there are a lot of dark secrets about Portland, and they're getting out. I'm just so incredibly pleased at this new contact on. He wrote an article on for the Washington Post. His name is Arjun Sethi 81, so it's ARJUNSETHI 81, and I want to send him everything. I sent the whole thing about Mark Kruger with his neo-Nazi affiliation and swastikas and uniforms and promoting genocide to him because the larger context of the Portland stabbing is the appeasement and collusion that has been going on with the City of Portland government. So I thought of making a series of videos called Who is Jaimie Dunphy? So I think I can pretty easily find his James Dunphy Portland LinkedIn, so you can get an idea of his career. I'm not even sure his age. He's a self-proclaimed white male who works for Portland city government. 6'3" white male who has displayed a pattern of aggression towards a smaller male who isn't as white, who's apparently Jewish. So this character called Jaimie Dunphy is really trying to make a name for himself. He's on LinkedIn. He wears glasses, he has facial hair, he looks somewhat not a very fit body type. He has, now he's the Senior Policy Director of the Office of Commissioner Nick Fish. And Commissioner Nick Fish blocked me going as brain garbage on Twitter for apologies for the Chris Hayes MSNBC in the background. I just thought it would be atmospheric and it might give some like background noise that might be interesting. I'm sort of halfway watching it, but Commissioner Fish posed for photo ops with pedophiles, namely Matt Hennessy, who admitted to raping a 12-year-old, who then just got a job with the Portland police doing some kind of social interface liaison with the community for policing or something. And he's a self-proclaimed minister, which is kind of creepy when pedophiles become ministers, because it really becomes like a whitewash on the screen to hide their criminality. So he also has photo ops with Terry Bean, who allegedly offered to pay $200,000 to get his teenage sex slave or whatever, child sex trafficking or child rape victim gagged and silenced out of the courts. So Nick Fish, Commissioner Nick Fish of Portland City Government, has posed with these sex crime people, and I just asked him about it on Twitter, and he could have just been like, oh, apology, or I don't know why that guy jumped in the photo with me, or oh, I totally support victims, or I totally support children who are being sexually exploited. But no, he just blocks me on Twitter and avoids the question. So I've got some kind of coconut milk in here that needs to dissolve in my Earl Grey tea. So this guy, Jaimie Dunphy, he's Office of Commissioner Nick Fish, Senior Policy Director, April 2017, 3 months to the present. So basically he got promoted for harassing whistleblower nemesis filmmaker Multnomah County Copwatch, also known as David Keith Davis, son of the marijuana mama who was in the Washington Post, a very nice Jewish New Jersey, LA kind of family who are into cultivation of the herb. So, Jaimie Dunphy, to my understanding, went ballistic on David Keith Davis, got up in his face, and accused him of some very terrible stuff. David Keith Davis has been a whistleblower against Nick Fish's affiliation with pedophiles like Terry Bean and Matt Hennessy, and it was some kind of like inversion of the story where either Jaimie Dunphy doesn't have a cognitive thought process to understand this is a whistleblower against child sexual crimes, child rape, not a perpetrator. He comes up to him and says, "Oh, you're a registered sex offender." And he gets really in the face, and David Keith Davis is like, "No, I'm not. Leave me alone." Like, basically, as I understand it. And so, for this reason, kind of predatory harassing him with another fellow, Jim Blackwood, who David Keith Davis actually got, I think he was the senior policy director. He was a very anti-homeless, like, putting all this garbage all over Facebook. So he got fired. So David Keith Davis, in a way, got Jaimie Dunphy promoted by getting his collaborator on the harassment and targeted intimidation at City Council fired. So that's kind of weird to figure that out. He was the policy director March 2017 to April 2017, and this whole stalking order business happened at the end of 2016, which this is after David Keith Davis is a witness to the Yom Kippur Stampede, an anti-Jewish hate crime that was a very ill-conceived backwards down a stairwell, a very wide stairwell. People were pushed by the police backwards, including body slams, heads cracked, arms broken, to eject the citizens from a discussion about pumping the police up with a big load of cash, like $1 million contract stuff. So the police perpetrated a very violent crime against the community. David Keith Davis is a whistleblower and a witness. So harassing him and targeting him with a stalking order. When this Yom Kippur Stampede happened 13 days before the DOJ arrives in town, and Jonas Geisler's just like looking at me like you have got to be kidding me. They have a killer cop, Jeff Bell, who killed Jose Mejia Put, got promoted to head of internal affairs. When Larry O'Day shot his friend, the former chief of police, shot his friend, covered up for it, was drunk. The mayor covered up for it. Internal affairs covered up for it. A bunch of people had to resign, and then they promote the killer cop up the chain of command into internal affairs. They crack down on activists who are demanding the mayor resign. So that's why I got arrested. This little thumb was blue. They crushed up my wrists, tore up my shoulder. I was in a neck brace because a Portland police brutality victim with severe disabilities had assaulted me due to Multnomah County not providing resources that were suitable and appropriate for his special needs. And I felt that, well, if he's going to kill me because he's violent, dangerous, and out of control, I might as well make a paper trail of my overtures and attempts to contact Multnomah County Crisis, to contact the police, to contact the city government, the mayor, the Board of Commissioners for Multnomah County, demanding resources for the resolution of what was a very severe police brutality crime against a very severely disabled person who was very disoriented because of that. So anyway, they just let nothing happen, refused to get him help, even when he became homicidal and suicidal, and I jumped in as some kind of like stalking victim / Hippocratic oath, and it was a very strange fine line I was walking on of feeling dedicated to preserving his life, preventing an in-death custody, getting him to proper medical or social care, but then putting my life on the line. So when the Portland police decided to jump me, 27 days after I had been assaulted in a delusional stalking victim caregiving role in Clatsop County, I was very surprised that my advocacy against my kidnapping, against my carjacking, against my rapist who strangled me, was not being taken seriously by the city of government. And I think what happens with me is that I tend to my mom calls it Pollyannaism. It's some 1950s thing, but I tend to bring the optimism of the Lotus Sutra and accepting that there may be goodness in the hearts of people to the table. And even when they deceive me, even when they hurt me, I tend to be very forgiving and very compassionate towards them. I tend not to think there is evil and malice in their heart. And I think my naivete is a cover for my deeper awareness of the true reality of evil. And I believe there is evil operating here, and some of it's shielded in self-deception. So let's see this Jaimie Dunphy guy. I never met him. I feel like I kind of know him because I've seen his picture so much. He wears glasses. He's kind of got like a triangular shoulder, like not very square boxy shoulders. A suit would help with that, some shoulder pads. He calls himself James Dunphy Jr. He supposedly worked for County Democrats, United States Senate, Portland State University Education. He was a policy advisor from June 2015 to March 2017. He could have been behind some of these other arrests of Davis. See, we're at 11 minutes. Okay, so I knew this was going to be like a 5-part series, so I'll just start a new one. We're not getting very far through who is James Dunphy and post-Portland reflections on the Portland stabbing. I'm going to talk about Mark Kruger, though, in the next one. I'm going to get to that.